Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to another 24/7 report. And just when you think the Italian press have run out of ideas with regard to transfer rumours, they just come fighting back. We'll start with a potential swap deal tonight suggested by Calcio Mercato yesterday. They claim that Everton could do a 2-year loan swap with Roma, with Kean moving back to Italy and Everton bringing in the winger Justin Kluivert instead. It's an interesting idea, and given the financial uncertainty that this period of lockdown might cause, it is possible that we could see these kind of deals being done a lot more in the next year or so. Throw in the fact that Mino Raiola is the agent for both of these players, and there could be something in this. But given we're still locked down, it's still not very likely. It's interesting though, given we do need a new winger more than we need a striker who is predominantly a substitute for us right now. So this deal might suit us given our priorities in the market. And on that note, be sure to check out our video, which is out tomorrow night, where Teddy and I join up with Dave from the Falcon Blues. We go into a bit more detail about that and where our priorities do lie in the next transfer window. So definitely tune into that. It's a very interesting discussion that we have there. Moving on though to more speculation, and our other Italian friends Corriere dello Sport suggest that Man United are interested in signing another possible target for our vacancy on the wing, and that is Hirving Lozano. Napoli are apparently keen to sell, but again it remains to be seen if there is anything in this until the window reopens and bids actually start coming in. As to this point it is just speculation. I have to reiterate that. Yet another link now to Everton Suarez. AC Milan page Pianeta Milan say that Everton are going to battle their team to bring the Brazilian winger in. It comes after the Gremio president Romilo Bolzan spoke out and said Carlo Ancelotti has held talks with Everton Suarez himself. It's hard to believe really, given that everybody's in lockdown, but better still, Bolzan then came out with this classic. I believe Everton is not only the best Brazilian football player, but in all of South American football, so he probably thinks Everton Suarez is better than Messi. Considering that he wouldn't even be the best Brazilian player at Everton FC, it's hard to take this man seriously with these comments. It's strange, isn't it, really? Once again, we've got a Brazilian football president touting their star asset around, trying to make a fat wedge, if you like, and I'm beginning to wonder why this craze has suddenly come about. Like I say, yes, there is the whole lockdown situation, but as I said before, with the whole possible swap deal situation, I can't see how it would benefit them to tout them at this stage, where surely the knock-on effect of lockdown would be a lower market value for these players moving from South America to Europe. I don't quite get it, but what I have learned in all this is that you must have to be one hell of an eccentric to run a Brazilian football club. A few more updates on a few more perennial transfer links. Il Mattino state that Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis won't budge on his asking price for his key players such as Allen and Kalidou Koulibaly, who have both been linked to Everton quite regularly definitely since Carlo Ancelotti took over anyway. That likely means that we will be priced out if he does stick to his guns with the original prices, given Allen in particular was being horribly overpriced at 80 million last time we checked that out with De Laurentiis in the January transfer window. Moving on, James Rodriguez as well, another perennial link, has been linked with a move to the other side of Madrid today, with Atletico manager Diego Simeone believed to be keen on the Colombian, and apparently they've made a €25 million bid, which is most likely a price, if true, we would be willing to match. The same report does suggest that he could continue with Real alternatively until his contract runs out in the summer of 2021 and move for free after that. Which, again, if he was to move for free, I think that would be another opportunity that Everton would be interested in seizing. Finally, we get to near the end of the show, and we finally have some new names to bring you. Everton have been linked to Turkish goalkeeper Uğurcan Çakır, who is currently playing for Trabzonspor and doing very well for them, helping them on their way to, at least until before the lockdown, they are top of the table in the Turkish Super League. And that story comes from the Turkish news outlet Fanatic. They claim Uğurcan could be set to become the most expensive ever departure from the Turkish Super League, with a touted €30 million price. It's said that Uguccian would prefer a move to the Premier League over the other teams that have been linked, namely Benfica, Sevilla, Atalanta and Lyon. Again, he's been linked as a possible backup to Alisson on the other side of the park, but if he is as highly rated as that, I'd highly doubt that he's want to warm the bench. So again, it'd be interesting to see if we are actually in for Uguccian, that he would come in and replace Jordan Pickford possibly, or would he come in and maybe do battle with him? And I'd be surprised if we could get him if he was only coming in to be a bench warmer. But certainly I'd like to see a goalkeeper come in to threaten Jordan Pickford a bit more, and maybe Uguccian is the answer to those questions. The other new name on tonight's list is Nicolas de la Cruz. He's a 22-year-old Uruguayan midfielder for River Plate in Argentina. Very highly rated, and the publication Olé say that we're considering triggering his 19 million release clause. He's probably good value for money, but the fact that he's more of a technical player than a physical one from what I've seen of him, I doubt he's the answer to our midfield weaknesses, nor do I think that he could unseat Andre Gomez in that playmaker role, which he has a pretty much stronghold on in the Everton first team. He's definitely not the physical player we need to really break up the play in the middle of the park. We need someone who's going to win more physical battles, and he's definitely not the answer to that. So he'd probably be coming in as an Andre Gomez backup. But again, is it really worth spending 19 million on a backup? So there's a lot of questions to be asked. I think a lot of the rumours that I've sort of gone through in this show have posed more questions than answers, really. Finally, tonight, the Echo reported over the last few days that Everton are still weighing up whether or not to trigger the release clause to make Djibril Sidibe's loan at Everton permanent. The Echo understands it depends on what happens next with John Joe Kenny, who's, of course, playing for Schalke on loan and could be set to take part again, because our final story does remind everybody that the Bundesliga football is coming back in a week's time, even if ours isn't. And it's interesting because obviously Germany are much further ahead of us in terms of recovering from the coronavirus crisis and the lockdown. So it's definitely something we shouldn't be following suit with just yet. But it does mean with the whole Sidibe-Kenny situation, it could get interesting. It has been reported that the clause is active until the 1st of June. But obviously, with the season potentially dragging on and we might have to resume in June, the legalities may need to be altered should the season carry on beyond June and maybe into July. So the plot could be set to thicken when it comes to the next transfer window in many different positions, really, even if we don't know when the next transfer window will be. So there you have it for tonight's transfer roundup. Feels like I'm doing a lot more debunking than anything right now, given the uncertainty of everything and the fact that there's probably not a lot in some of these rumours, that a lot of them are filling column space. But nonetheless, let me know what you thought about these rumours. Give us a comment below. Give the video a like as well. And be sure to subscribe as well. Keep tuning into the Toffee Blues YouTube channel while you're staying at home. And on that note, stay home, stay safe, and until next time, thank you guys for watching on the Toffee Blues.